Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be checking out the Veto Pro Pack Tech MCT bag wrapper. And we're going to be going over the specs, features, pricing, and as much detail as possible because I know these bags are not readily available in a lot of stores. So you're either lucky enough to have a buddy that has one that you can get your hands on and check out, or you're basing your purchase off of pictures, which when it comes to Veto, not gonna lie, they're pretty spendy. So I want to provide you as much information as possible, as well as close-up footage of this bag so you guys can see it without any tools in it, so you can see the quality of the pockets, the layout, and everything like that. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts, or if you have any questions that I may not cover in the video, I'll do my best to answer down in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Let's get into this. So before we get into this, I do want to quickly go over why I decided to go with this bag and what it is for my needs. So thousands of people have purchased Veto bags for professional use in HVAC, electrical, handyman, and many other professions using these bags on a daily basis. So I know they're true and tested. I've used probably 3 or 4 tool bags over the years, and I must say I've been disappointed, because I've limited my spending on those tool bags to $25 to $60. And while I do all of my work mobily, but I have a work van specifically set up for my needs. So this bag I'm building is for a universal kit that I'm going to be using for everything else that I do, not necessarily on a professional basis. So I do a lot of stereo installs, electrical work, home improvements, automotive repairs, and things like that. So not necessarily on a professional everyday use level, but more of a weekend warrior DIYer type situation. Do I believe other weekend warriors and DIYers need to purchase a Veto bag to be happy? Absolutely not. I think there are other price-friendly options out there that you can go with and still be pleased. But if you have the money and you like the Veto bag, I think it's a good option. Or if you're getting into one of those professional fields, or you're already in that professional field of HVAC, electrical, or anything like that, and looking for a new bag, I think this is a good option. But like I said earlier, Veto does come with a little bit heavier price than most other brands. So for my use, I'm building a universal tool kit, something that will carry 80% of what I need for most jobs, except for, the larger tools. So I gave myself a price range of $100 to $140 because the $25 to $60 price range just wasn't cutting it. With those 3 or 4 bags that I had, I was within months to a year, I was running into issues such as stitching falling apart, Velcro issues, the pocket layout, or the overall size of the bag. So I wanted something that was larger, something that was better quality, and something with a better layout. And that's what I found in Veto. But with that $100 to $140 price range, I did like the Veto bag layouts, but the issue was the size. So I started looking at other brands such as Klein, DeWalt, CLC, and even Hercules. And I'll tell you what, the Hercules bag actually really surprised me. It has a good size and a good layout, but it came with a price tag of $140. That's already at my top limit. So kind of talked myself into, if I'm going to pay $140 for this bag, why not go with the bag company that I've wanted to purchase for many years? So that's what I did. That's why I purchased this bag. So I figured, why not, instead of taking the chance of being disappointed again. So let's go ahead and get into the specs and features, and I really hope you guys enjoy. Once again, if you guys have any questions or I skip over some information that you guys would like to know, drop it down in the comments. I'd be happy to answer it for you. Okay, so getting into some of the details on this bag, some of the stuff that was included with the bag was this tag here. If you guys would like to pause and take a look at that. A little bit of information as well. This is their 5-year warranty. And then there is a shoulder strap included as well, and it is pretty heavily padded. Pretty good quality there, and some good clips on the end there. So a pretty heavy duty little shoulder strap if that is something that you're going to use. But the tool bag does have a pretty heavy duty rubber overmold handle up here on top if you don't want to use the shoulder strap. Getting into that 5-year warranty, one thing to be aware of is I believe all Veto bags come with the 5-year warranty, but it must be purchased from an authorized retailer or Veto tools or Veto themselves. So as far as I can tell, Amazon is not one of those authorized retailers. So if you plan on using, or not plan on using, if you think you'll be using that 5-year warranty, make sure you purchase it from an authorized retailer. I'll have the Veto website linked down in the description, as well as the Amazon link if you want to go that route. Both of them are there as an option. So getting into the exterior of the bag, this is available in multiple different colors. Depending on the bag, you can get them in black, you can get them in this base original kind of gray and black. You can get them in orange, yellow, and camouflage. Those are the main ones that I've seen so far. So there's also a new version of this bag. This is the original version. The version 2 does have an upgraded handle, different flaps, and a little bit different pocket design. And I believe the inner portion, the center section, is interchangeable with others. So that one does come with a little bit of a price increase as well, though. So here we're looking at the outside dimensions. You're going to have 10 inches wide. The bag is going to be 8 inches deep from front to rear. And then as far as height, you're looking at roughly 14 inches. But what really matters is going to be the inside dimensions. So I'll do my best to get you some inside dimensions once we move into the front and rear pockets. So let's talk about the front and what we have going on here. But first, I do want to show you the bottom. It is an all plastic, and it comes up from the bottom of the bag approximately 2.5 inches, and that is going to be waterproof, and then the rest of the bag is water resistant. Getting into the front here, you can see there's a button here and here, and this is going to allow you, when you unzip the front pocket, you can tell this is the front by the Veto label right here. It allows you to fold the flap down on itself, and it'll stay like that, so it's not constantly getting in your way when it's just unzipped. Now that's only going to be on the front of the bag. That is not going to be on the rear. There are no buttons located on the rear. Then we have a zipper pocket up here that is going to be approximately 3 inches deep. You don't have a whole lot of room in here. It's just simply a small pocket, but it does go down to this stitching right here. So this is going to be good for, your bits and miscellaneous items. Then you're going to have 2 small D-rings, so if you want to attach any accessories or anything like that, which I'll show you in my next video when we load out this bag. You're going to have another zipper pocket here, which is going to be 3 3/4 inches deep, so a little bit bigger than this pocket, but same width and same tightness here, once again, just for your miscellaneous little items. Then you have some leather stitching on top of these straps here, just for extra support for when this flap folds open. And then you have your heavy duty zipper here, which does have on both sides a locking hole, so if you would like, you can lock your bag. On the side over here, you're going to have a larger D-ring. You're going to have one on both sides, and that's going to be for your shoulder strap, or you can use it for other accessories that you want to attach to the bag, because most likely I won't be throwing my shoulder strap on here. You do have a little bit wider pouches over here if you want to throw some needle nose pliers or a tester or a knife or anything like that. And then you do have your stainless steel tape holder here that is riveted to the side of the bag, so really nice and clean there. Switching over to the other side of the bag, you do have your tape roll holder, so you can attach your electrical tape or anything like that onto here. Really nice little clips or small carabiners, whatever you want to call them. And then you have 2 smaller pouches here if you want to put a couple of screwdrivers or precision screwdrivers or anything like that. And then another pouch about the same as the other side for a pocket knife or box cutter or anything like that. Moving on to the back side of the bag, you can see there is no Veto label or anything like that. It just says Tech MCT. You have another 3-inch pouch roughly here, and then you have a Velcro pouch on the front that is going to open up. And from here, this is roughly 4 1/4 from the bottom stitching here to the top of the flap. So a little bit more room in this one, and it is double stitched. So you can see it kind of allows you to pull the pouch out. And inside of that pouch, you have a larger pocket and then 3 small pockets, basically like what you see over here, just a smaller version of this. inside of this pocket that's going to allow you to, you know, store small bits or anything like that if you want to put your nut setters in there or any miscellaneous things. So a bunch of accessory pouches on the outside of the bag. So that is an overall look at the bag on the exterior. Now we will go ahead and take a look at the interior pockets, and I'll give you the best dimensions I possibly can. So if I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, this bag has a total of 44 pockets combined for the interior and the exterior. This is a center panel design, so like I showed you the front pocket and the back pocket, there's basically a wall built in the center, and there are pouches sewn to both sides facing this direction. One is going to be primarily for your hand tools and things like that, and the other side is going to be for your larger items like meters, small impact drivers, and things like that. One thing I do want to mention is the overall weight of this bag is roughly 5.5 pounds empty, so once you get some tools in it, it's probably going to be anywhere from the 30 to 40 pound range, just depending on how much equipment that you put in here. Moving into the front pocket here, I'm going to try and give you some measurements, and then I'll do a top-down shot so you guys can kind of see inside the bag a little bit better. The widest portion over here is going to be actually 10 inches wide on the interior. So the exterior we're looking at closer to, not counting the pockets over here, just from the outside of the zipper, it's about 10 3/4 roughly. So inside dimension is 10 inches wide. You're looking at 12 3/4. So if you have any, you know, 13-inch tools or larger, you may be able to fit them in at an angle if need be, but anything much bigger than that, that's about the max for this bag unless you plan on leaving it unzipped at the top. Then the depth on each side from the back to the zipper up top, you're looking at about 2 inches from here to the front of the zipper. At about 3/4 of the way down where the zipper stops, you're looking at about 3 inches from that center panel to the outside. So some decent room in here. So you have a couple of elastic pockets up here. You have a larger one. And what's nice is not only is it elastic, but this material, it's padded, and it's a decent thickness, maybe 1/16 of an inch. So it's not like you're gonna poke right through it or anything like that. And then you have 4 more smaller elastic pouches over here. There is a little pass-through pouch that I want you guys to be aware of. On the side over here, you do have 2 more small pencil pouches or small screwdrivers or anything like that. There are a couple sewn in pockets over here. Just on the one side, there's nothing on this side. And then you have 2 medium-sized pockets on each side, a little bit larger pocket, and the pockets get larger the further you move from the back to the front. You do actually have more of those small screwdriver or smaller tool little pockets. Here is a little bit different design. Once again, we don't have that button to hold the flap out of the way. But here you can see another elastic pouch, but this one is quite larger. It just runs the width of the bag. These ones here are actually elastic pouches, so these are going to be good for your DVOM or your meters or anything like that. So a little bit of versatility in those pockets. And then just on this side, you have one more large pocket that has 3 of these small ones sewn into the front of it, and it all feels very good quality. It doesn't feel like the stitching is going to come apart. Depending on if you throw like a DVOM in this elastic pocket, you do actually have some decent space there in front of there. I can fit my whole fist in there, so that would be good for, you know, power tools. Just a little view of the inside pocket layout, and once again, I'll do my best to do a drop down video so you guys can see a little bit better inside of these front and back pockets. But looking inside here, you can see the elastic pouches up here, the plastic backing. You do have a small little D-ring up here, and inside you can see the 2 pockets over here, 2 here, and as they gradually get larger here and here, and then you have your smaller ones sewn into the front there. And then you still have, sorry, I know the lighting is not the best, but a little bit of space up here as well in that main pocket. Moving into the rear, there's a little bit better view of that top pouch that I was talking about that can hold a light. The elastic bigger pocket here, the same 2 pockets on each side like what we saw on the other side. The elastic larger pouches, the 1 larger pouch on this side with its 3 smaller pockets sewn into the front of it. And this side does have just a little bit more room in the front, just depending on what size of tool you put in this elastic pouch. But as you can see, like, this is going to be a perfect area for like my impact driver. I think it's a great layout. I feel like the quality is definitely there. The durability of the materials, it definitely feels heavy duty and way better quality than any other tool bag that I've owned. But once again, those all range from $25 to $60. So that's it as far as the Veto Pro Pack Tech MCT. Definitely a little bit pricier, so not for all DIYers and weekend warriors, but if you're getting into the professional field or you're thinking about upgrading your bag in the professional field, I think this is a good option. It has 4.8 stars with over 1,905 ratings, so it is rated very highly and rated a lot, and that's just on Amazon. So keep in mind that they are sold a lot of other places, but keep in mind that I don't believe Amazon is an authorized retailer, so the warranty may not work when purchased through Amazon unless the seller is one of the retailers. So just want to make you guys aware of that. That this bag costs $189. So it was kind of a price shock to me, and I've been putting it off for many years because I was hoping the price would come down more, but it just hasn't. And I was ready to purchase, so I just sucked it up, spent the extra money, and got it. $189. A little bit over what I wanted to spend, but it is what it is. I'm glad I got it, and now that I've actually had my hands on it, I'm extremely happy with it. I can't wait to load this thing out and show you guys that in another video here soon. Keep in mind there is the new version of this as well, where the handle is redesigned and how it's attached to the bag, and the center wall is interchangeable for each side, and the front pocket, like they've added pockets to the back side of the flaps. So it's a little bit different, but it also ranges from $210 to $230, I want to say, depending on the color options that you go with. So that is it as far as the Veto Pro Pack Tech MCT, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If there's any information that I forgot to mention or any questions that you guys have, I'll do my best to answer it down in the comments section. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and stay tuned for the video where we load this bag out and see how it performs. Now I gotta go fix a hole in the wall. See you guys next time.